So are you the baby of your children? You're the baby?
Are you the baby?
No, honey.
You the oldest or in the middle?
I'm the older ones.
Oh.
She said, introduce yourself and tell your story.
Huh?
She said, introduce yourself and tell your story.
Good morning. My
Good
name
morning.
is Martha Lavinia Page. I just turned 100 years old. In my right mind, I thank God for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know I'm blessed and I've been blessed.
Yes, ma'am.
I've had a good life.
Yes.
A little worried now. My daughter had a stroke and she's not doing too well. I have one daughter.
Oh, I'm
She had
sorry.
the strokes before my party. Had 3 strokes, but
Really?
she's doing good, but she's paralyzed in her right arm, and she keeps falling, and that's not good for her. And that's a really burden on me. Because we've never been sick, and we've always been together.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just enjoying my 100 years, and I'm in my right mind. I thank God for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right mind. It's not too much you can't ask me, and I won't tell you a little something about it. Because I've been here, and my niece and things, I've had a good life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have one daughter and 2 grandboys and 1 great grandboy and a great grandson.
Wow. Now, who's Miss Witherspoon to you?
Who am I to you?
Right there. Who that lady? Who's that lady with you?
Oh, that's Tangy. Yes, she's something else, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
she
yes.
is. She is a beautiful, beautiful person.
Just stays busy, just ticks all the time. I'm telling you.
Yes, she a hurricane in a good way.
But I love, and that's Lisa over there. I love all my relatives. I really do. I've always loved them. They respect me and I respect them.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what makes life worth living.
Yes, ma'am. Family.
To have a good, close family. And I've had that. I really have. And I'm still blessed. I am so blessed. I'm in my right mind.
Yes, ma'am. Now, where'd you get your style from?
Where did you get your style from? Your style of dress?
Well, I've always worked with the wealthiest white people in Douglasville. They had the money, I had the eyes, and I was looking. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I was getting ready to go to the 4th grade. And my mother back then, we had to work, and my mother and grandmothers had to work so hard.
Yes, ma'am.
I told my twin, I know she know I'm a twin. I'm a twin, yeah. And I told my twin, you go on. I'm not going. This is my last week. I'm going to stay and get me a job and help my mother. And get some of the things we want and some of the things we need. And that was that.
You start working?
I started working when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I was born on Bowden Street.
You were?
Born on, you know what Bowden Street is?
Yes, ma'am. It's where the Sentinel is now. The Sentinel newspaper.
The first house on the left as you turn off to go down Bowden.
Yes, ma'am.
You ever pass, look, and you see through a house. In that 3rd room, that was my room.
Wow.
And I started to work for the people. It was a print in the Douglas County Sentinel. I got that sense of the Douglas County Sentinel together when I was 12 years old.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
And I stayed there to work for her till I was about almost 18 years old. And she taught me everything that I know and what I didn't learn myself, because that's who she was. And when I went to work for her, and I cleaned up, and she came back. She said, "Oh, you know how to set a table?" I said, "Do I know how to set a table?" I said, "I know how to cook too." And she said, "You cook?" I said, "No, I don't cook, but I know how to cook."
At 13?
Huh?
At 13, you were doing all of this?
13, I'm telling you, started out at 12 years old.
Wow.
Everybody on Bowden Street know Martha Page, but they call me Buster.
Buster. Yes.
That started, I don't know how it got out of my mother's bedroom, but my uncle came, so she said, and said, "Maddie, what in the world are you going to do with this big Buster here in that little teeth?" That started in my mother's bedroom, and how it got all over Douglasville, I don't know. But they have called me Buster all my life. My name is Martha Lavinia Page.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's all right. Buster worked out fine. It got me where I wanted to go.
Yes, ma'am.
That name been mighty good.
I know.
And
now I know I love you in some clothes. I told that story that I was shopping one day, and I walked by the aisle, and I saw you standing there. And I don't think I knew you. I had just moved here. It was probably I've been here since 1995. So it was probably within those first couple years. And I walked past the aisle. I said, "Ooh, who is that lady right there?" And I walked back and I said, "Excuse me." You said, "Hello, baby." I said, "You look beautiful today." You said, "What?" Then you start bagging up and you turned around and you gave me a fashion show. I just laughed and laughed. I said, "Oh my goodness." She reminded me of my grandmother. My grandmother lived until she was 97. And her name was Lily Mae. And my mother's name was Hattie Mae. And they're from Mississippi. So they dressed, my mother sewed clothes. So I love some clothes. And I love to see you come.
Did it ever rub off on you? I could tell that, because I've known you. So you don't know me, but I know you.
Yes, ma'am.
I've seen you a lot. And you're a beautiful person. Douglasville been good to me, and I've been good to Douglasville.
Yes, ma'am.
I really have. And my family, I love my family. My nieces and things, they have high respect for Aunt Buster.
I know it.
Oh, high respect for Aunt Buster. And that's the way I try to live and raise them and talk to them.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm 100 years old, but I still go around my nieces and have fun.
Yes.
I can dance and do. Gosh, yeah, I can dance.
Oh no, you're not dancing. They laughing. It must be true.
Big. 100 years old.
My goodness.
Good, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And I don't
now, when
look
you
too bad. I looked in the mirror before I got ready to come over here, and God is good.
I know. You said I'm looking pretty good. I look pretty good. So you now tell me about church, because you used to teach. Did you teach Sunday school?
No, I taught the young children. Yeah, I taught Sunday. Yeah, Did she say Sunday? Oh, yes.
Yes.
I was raised up I started out in Zion Hill.
Yes.
In later years, I went to Golden United, and that's where I started and stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, and the children know me. Everybody know Aunt Bust. Everybody Bust. And just had a lovely, lovely life, and enjoyed Golden, enjoyed what I learned. I always, the lady I work for, she told me, "So you always listen." And I can tell you've listened too. Continue to listen. Just continue to listen, and what you hear and see is good. That's what you do and say. She was a white woman. Oh, she was really good to me. She taught me everything that Martha Page know.
Wow.
And I learned as I went through life. I've been everywhere I wanted to go. And the place I didn't go, I was afraid to get on an airplane. I didn't go.
You haven't been on an airplane before?
Oh, yes. I went to the lady I worked for. Flew me to the Bahamas when I was working to the,
Bahamas.
Yeah. I didn't, but I made up mine. She said, you going? And she didn't go. She said, Martha, said, you going to the mama. I had worked for her and raised her little daughter. She was there. And she said, I owe you this. And saying, you going to the bummer. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not getting on no plane. I ain't going to die. If I die, I want to die down here.
Right.
She had a big laugh. And she said, I've already arranged it for you, and I'm not going.
Oh.
And I said, oh, I had to pray about it. I had to call my mother. She said, well, don't be afraid. They panic and you go wherever they want you to go. They're going to take care of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, they already got it set up. She knew these people in the Bahamas. He told her he'd be wearing a white jacket, just as nice as he can be. Said, he know you. So I've told him everything. Said, you're going to stay 1 week. Said, I want you to go show all your intelligence.
Wow.
Act like you've been there before.
I know that's right.
I got off the plane. I was so dressed up.
Ooh.
And my goodness, is you so-and-so Hackey's maid? I said, yes, I take so. He knew them real well. And she arranged for me to go myself. And she wanted me to go get on the plane. Just let me find out that it wasn't what people say. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just say God's going to take care of me and I'm going. That's what I did. I stayed 1 week. Oh. And boy, did I have time. I got to see Sammy Davis Jr. and all them stars and things. It just took me on a tour. Oh, this guy was so nice to me. But see, it's good to be nice to people because you don't ever know where you're going and who you're going to meet. You understand what I'm saying, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Always keep a smile. That'll take you a long way.
Yes.
That's just who I am.
Yes,
ma'am. I know how to meet people, you know.
Now, Miss Page, you know you pretty, right? So when you went over to the Bahamas.
Yes, by myself.
You see somebody over there?
Man. Well, see, this friend was this black, he was something on the airplane, and they knew him real well. And that's why I went. She just wanted me to go because I was getting ready to come home and get married. And she wanted to do something real good for me. I said, I'm not going.
Oh, that was nice.
Said, oh, yes, you going to the Bahamas. Said, Martha, you going. So I owe you that for taking care of Faith. She was there.
Yes.
And honey, did I enjoy it. And that's what started me flying. Trip to the Bahamas. But wow. It was real worth it, I'm telling you. And me and that guy stayed friends. Oh, so just, call each other until he died. And her friend and her husband friend, we're real close to him. And he just had it made it good for me.
Oh, good. Now, that movie, there was a movie out Viola Davis was in called The Help. Did you see that movie?
No, you
didn't. The Help.
The Help. Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. Because it reminds me of my grandmother used to, she was from Mississippi. So when she went to Ohio, she used to do day work and clean houses.
Right.
So that movie reminded me of when I was little, how I see her working.
Done that all my life, and all I know, I owe it to the Douglas. She went back to New York. That woman taught me everything. She said, Martha said, you're going to make it in life. So just keep smiling. Say it's on,
Yes.
You keep, and the way you meet people, so don't be afraid to talk to nobody. That's who I am. I enjoy talking because you learn a lot from talking and listening.
That's right. Now, how do you think Douglasville was coming out? It used to be
not the Douglasville I was born and raised in.
I know.
Honey, it's sad. It's sad. People don't raise their children. People don't chastise their children. See, I raised up with these children here. Yes, everybody's children. They loved and have respect for me today. From way back.
Yes, ma'am.
I see them doing things. And one girlfriend, got to be my friend. got to drinking liquor.
Mm.
I said, what is that? Take a drink, Buster. I said, wait a minute. And don't you put that in your mouth no more. Had a bottle of liquor in a pocketbook. I said, honey, your mother know you drinking liquor? Said, no, and you better not tell her. I said, no, I'm not going to tell her him to look at him. I can show you a place where I done it. I said, let me tell you, look at me. I said, now, do you think that men gonna care anything about you about staggering and acting a fool and talking all this old silly talk? And you're a very intelligent person. You going to school. I said, don't do that. And she got so mad at me. You don't tell me what to do. Everybody say you think you're a white woman. Listen to this, white woman. What is a white woman?
It's just a woman. You had class.
That's right. I said, I know who I am. You don't know who you are. I said, you got a liquor bottle in your pocketbook. And she wasn't ashamed to pull it out. I said, come on, honey. Me and you got to talk. She dead now. And I talked to her. I said, honey, I'm not trying to be bossy, not saying. I said, you got the wrong spirit and impression of me. I said, people tell me I think I'm this. I said, I know who I am. You don't have to tell me that. I said, I must know who she is. I said, but I want to tell you something. Don't you ever put another liquor bottle in your pocketbook and pull it out in public. And that was late in the evening. The next morning, she met me going to work. She said, Buster, I told my grandmother what you said and what you don't. Said she didn't slap you or nothing. Said she was telling you right. What in the devil you do? Well, I had a little thing of whiskey and Tony. She thought that was something, but wasn't but a disgrace.
That's right.
You know, that girl got her a job, married well, and she, all her life, she said, Buster, the man she married, he came here on a job. And she said, this lady here has made me who I am. So I had a liquor bottle in my pocketbook, just fixing to get wild. Miss Page took me aside, not only her, that's who I am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, life is about more than that. And see, I was born and raised in Douglasville, but see, I know how to act. And people think I've been to school because I listen and I watch people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's who I am today.
Yes.
And I'm not bragging, but I know who I am. And I know
that's
God
right.
done for me, and I know I'm blessed and I've been blessed. And my family know that, and they know I love them.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't mess with my children.
I know it.
Douglasville growing up. What about how Douglasville growing up, the new road and all that stuff? The changes in Douglasville, how Douglasville has grown.
Ooh. Douglasville, I hate to say it, but it's not like it was.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can't say nothing to nobody now, and see, I wasn't raised like that.
I'm talking about like the city.
This everything. Here's a city now.
It is.
That's really a city. It's not country town no more. You can, people here from everywhere, but our children are going astray.
Yes.
This town is beautiful. If the black folk had let it stay like it was, not a garden and kill it.
What about the new road?
You say what you want to say.
I like everything. She asked me who
about.
All right now, because I know about Douglasville. All about it. But anyway, it's a beautiful place.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good place to live. And I've had a good life here.
Yes, ma'am.
Had a good life right here. And I have no regrets. And I'm still talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Even talking, I'm bossy now. I get to go big.
You can be bossy.
You know, this is the mayor right here. You talking to the mayor of Douglasville, the first black mayor.
Oh, who you telling? I met her before. Yes, so I met her in a store.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've seen you a lot. You haven't seen me, but I've seen you a lot, darling.
Yes, I've seen you
Yeah.
too. Now let me tell you what you talk about them kids. I have 3 kids, and we believe in discipline. When I was growing up, I went down to the street and went to the store and I stole some penny candy. But the ladies, the Mr. Layton who owned the store, he told my mother before I got back home. It was only a block away, about 5 or 6 houses. I gave him some money, but I slipped one of them candies in my pocket. I got 3 spankings before I got to my house. Them people got me in the neighborhood.
I believe
Miss
that.
Smith got me. Mr. Layton told my mother. Miss Caldwell crossed the street. I got 3 pops before I got to the house. And then when I got home, and guess what? I had to take it. Ooh, and I had to take it all the way back down to the store, give it to Mr. Layton, and apologize. And I ain't steal nothing else because I remember them whoopings. Them was everybody got me in the neighborhood. That's how we used to raise kids.
That's the way people raise their children, with other people telling them they see them doing something. You weren't afraid to go and tell the mother, here she is or here she is.
That's right.
Said, doing what? Cutting up and talking back. But see, you didn't do that, and that's gone. There's no more there. Yeah. See, they killing and shooting. And sad as I felt in my life when they told me a young girl had her birthday party.
Yeah.
It didn't get, that done something to her. I didn't even know. But
I know.
I'm at home. I said, what did you say? Said, had another killing and shooting here, and said the girl is dead. Wow. I said, dead? Where are these kids getting all these guns? My niece called me and told me.
Yeah.
I tell you, I hadn't gotten over it yet. It's sad.
It is sad.
It's sad, honey.
And we need to do something.
I live in a town, and I walk all over Douglasville, from one side, the relatives here, and on a place called Black Bottom. The place called, I don't know why you heard of that or not, that name.
No, what's the Black Bottom? What's that?
Black Bottom is a black neighborhood.
Oh.
Adair Street.
Adair Street.
Oh, it's Adair. I know where Adair is.
Oh, yeah, but that's where I was raised.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And we would come from one side of town. The churches, all the churches and everything was on this side of town. And I walked the streets, and police would ask, "Bus, you want to ride home?" I'm not afraid. No, I don't want no ride. I'm walking. And sometimes I'd be by myself, and sometimes the guys wouldn't be ready to go. Say, "Bus, I'm going home with you." And so we might come back. I said, "You don't have to walk me home. I'm not afraid. Nobody bother me. When if I meet anybody, just say, Buster, you afraid to go home?" I said, "See, we relatives on each side of town. Getting them, some of them, they wasn't born. But you walk where you didn't have no car. We just walked to the cafes and things."
Yeah.
People wasn't going to bother. The young men, they weren't thinking nothing about no raping. You don't guess they knew what rape was back then.
Yeah.
They said, "No, not way to me."
Being nice just kind to everyone. It was a community. You try to have a community.
Bring about a change, darling. And Douglasville have changed.
Yes.
Beautiful city.
We hope the people don't act right. We're going to pray for them.
That's all we can do. What else can we do? People in Douglasville is out of hand. And where are the guns coming from, honey? Why don't we let our children have guns?
I know. Instead of a book. They need to put a book in their hands instead of a gun.
Say it again. Say it again.
A book. And you got some smart women in your family, your nieces and your grandchildren. Oh my goodness.
You can't say nothing to them. No, you just can't discipline children. Now they'll cuss you out if they want to. And see, I wasn't raised like that. I said, you where you going? Your mama no, and don't you tell her she don't know. I said, I at night, and see if you take them children home, and their parents to stop that, sleeping in the house.
They need to spank them if they slip out the house.
Well, the mothers don't, but the mothers is wrong. The mothers are wrong now. They don't have time to raise their children. See, these children been raised. They've been raised by me and other aunts, friends.
Yes.
Grandma's friend. See, they had to walk the chalk line because someone was watching you. They taking tail your pants and they know what they was gonna get. A good whipping.
I know
it. But they needed, yes. You see, it's better on than save the child, honey.
That's what the words say.
That's what we need. We need more love. And we need parents to be parents and don't buddy with children. I've never butted my daughter. Never. Wasn't supposed to.
That's right.
Butted with them. Come to the house and have fun. But I look trying to my young nieces to think they don't want me behind me. They want me behind them. No way.
Right.
How can you tell them and they see them doing something? Well, what you doing out here? You can't tell me nothing, ain't Buster.
Right.
See, that's just the way it is. You have to know what you're doing.
That's right. And set an example. Now, did you teach anybody how to cook?
Oh, yes, honey. And I have done that. I've done my best.
Yes, ma'am.
Douglasville is a good town. I raised here. And everything I know, I learned it in Douglasville.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Black and white.
Yes, ma'am. Now, you're going to tell me what's your favorite thing to eat?
What is your favorite thing to eat?
Everything. I'm like the little Negro boy. My mama give me turnip greens and peas like I can eat everything. I don't have no special.
Really?
Honey, I had some cooks. I had my oldest sister. I got to tell, this ain't nobody here now. I was almost, I was divorced. My husband had died. And my sister loved to drink. She had a chef's apron. And she had a white towel. She threw it on her and look at me. Now, I'd come home from Florida. But I would think my sister was sick and tired of cooking, just cooking for the whole neighborhood. That's the way these children were brought up.
Right.
Look at me. And when I go in the kitchen, she'd always rubbing, hey, Lordy. I said, Marge, you getting too old to keep cooking. I'm telling you, all these folk coming here to eat. You getting too old. Oh, I enjoy it. I'm not knowing she was by high. Wait a minute. This I have to tell you. My sister said, Margie, I don't believe Buster know you about drunk when you come in. You come here on the floor and you wiping sweat and going on.
She can cook, and she said, and she had a little spirits in her.
Wait a minute. But I didn't know it. And the nieces and my daughter and my nieces and all of these, and some of these nieces knew it. But see, I didn't know it.
Right.
And I told Ruby Kate, that my baby sister, they could cook. The mother loved cooking. And I said, Marge, you getting too old cooking. You don't have to be cooking. Yes, I do. Yeah, Lordy. That was the day Ruby Kate said, Buster, I got something to tell you. She got up and come. Said, Buster.
Oh, Lord.
Marge is about dry. I said, by what? Said, Marge ain't Lordy, but Marge is feeling good. That's the reason she's standing here and do all this cooking about drunk. I'm on the
Lord.
See, my baby sisters, she would told Joanne, because Joanne, she give Joanne a little sip. Joanne, y'all never told Buster anything about Margie drunk. I said, Marge, she know it. You don't have to tell her. No, I don't believe she do. And that, Lord. Let me tell you, Hardy, when I found out, she had that white, you sure know this is true. And you talking about wiping her face. And Lordy, in this particular time, they had it set up. She went over to the cabinet down on
Oh, wow.
a boyfriend of brain called place called Paul, and that's where the Negroes went and got the white liquor.
Mm.
Yeah, she
Ooh-wee.
come out with a half a pint.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lord. You don't want to hear this, but this is not about life.
This is funny.
Yeah, Lord. This here's the sickness. This is sickness right here. So I have to have something to cook all this food now. She said, I don't understand the children not telling you. And she said, it stays right here, and she knows how to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the way we was raised. Just had fun at home.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand what I'm saying? Just had a good life.
Yes,
She was
ma'am.
having a good one. Can't get around and do nothing, but she always come. And this year just in so much, I want her to slow down a little bit.
She runs. She's always going. She's going 100 miles an hour.
But now this one, she's on her own, and she's the one to see after Aunt Buster. She always come and take me to lunch since I got old.
Yes, ma'am.
And just enjoying life.
Well, good. Now tell me, the last thing I'm gonna ask you, what's your secret?
Still
What's
happy.
your secret? Yes, ma'am. What's your secret to living? It's your last question. What's your secret?
Treat everybody right. Treat everybody like you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody you see is down and out, don't make fun.
Mm.
See, we all know where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
If you can help somebody,
Yes, ma'am.
do that. Money's all right, but if it's more in life than just dollar bills,
Mm-hmm.
kind word, a kind word go a long way.
Yes,
That's who
ma'am.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not bragging, but my party is just so many,
I know.
black and white.
I know.
I done spread some joy. I done this, a little of this and a little of that. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
This is real talk here.
It is.
Always don't ever feel like you the only star in the sky, because and if you can help somebody, you do it. That's me.
Yes, ma'am.
I ran a store and called it Peach Store. And people, we throw away more stuff. And see if it, the sleeves and the neck, you couldn't put what I would have lost my job. If what it is, Buster, put it over there, put it in the garbage. Said to myself, I'm gonna put it in the garbage, all right, if I can find anybody stuffed animals and things. A girl had a nursery at Winston, and I asked her, I said, I don't need a, she would come and buy it. Honey, Teresa told me you had a nursery, and all these stuffed animals we throw away here, all they need is washing and sterilizing. No children would have something to play with. She said, what'd you say, Miss Buster? I said, come back here. I already had a pile. Never will forget it. Didn't need it, living good. But when I told her about those toys, she took them and would come once a week, every Friday, and pick up those toys and take them home and start washing.
Oh, wow.
To her children to play with in the nursery.
Yes.
See, that's a good deed.
It is. It is.
And she was glad. She said, Miss Buster, how long you been throwing this stuff away? I said, we can't sell it. I said, each comes out here on a truck, and they take it and wash it and set it just like a yard sale and make money. Nothing wrong with them if you don't mind washing, making extra money. And see, that was a good deed. The girl didn't get it, but she was glad to get it. She didn't have to buy no toy because she'd stay. The Peak Store kept her in those dirty toys because she had a washing machine and she didn't mind coming and getting them.
Right.
And her students play with them. She done that as long as I ran the store.
Wow.
Some of the things. Money's all right, but see, sometimes my money's not everything.
That's right.
Kind words. Sometimes people need a lift up without from here.
That's right.
Do you agree? Just
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
want somebody to love them and say, I love you.
That's
I have a lady tells me, takes my hand every time. Miss Buster, I love you. That
Oh,
goes a long way.
yes, ma'am.
Do it.
Yes,
Also,
ma'am.
Miss Page, I love you. And I'm 100 years old. But honey, you sure know Miss Page is still young.
Yeah. Well, Miss Page, I love you too. I hope you got my letter for your birthday. I was out of town.
Oh, yes.
And I wish I had been there, but I saw them pictures because you know that one that go real fast over there, Miss Witherspoon. She had pictures all over Facebook. You had on a gold gown. You look like Dinah Ross walking through there. So thank you. I love you. Thank you for taking
I love
time.
you from the day I met you. The way you was then, you hadn't changed one bit.
Oh,
and I
thank
mean
you.
that from the bottom of my heart. Love.
Oh my goodness. Well, I got to come and see you in person and give me a squeeze, get another hug.
Just pray for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate you inviting me and having me.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
told my son, I said, I'm getting to be a celebrity.
I know that's right. Every time you turn
I
around.
put my shoes on. I said, I can't put my shoes on when I'm gone. I said, Mama, where you going? I said, I got to do another interview. I'm a celebrity. Before he went to work.
You have your picture all in the newspaper. You talking everywhere. You on TV. I love it. You deserve it. Every good thing needs to come to you.
Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. I love you. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for interviewing.
I've enjoyed it. It's nice just snapping on her. I met her in a show.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, God bless you. I love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Pray for me.
Bye-bye. Yes, ma'am. Pray for you. Pray for me. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss Witherspoon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, friend.
Bye-bye.